Redefining Seduction, Women Initiating Courtship, Partnership and Peace by Donna Sheehan and Paul Reffell. So we've classified in general terms men and women into alphas and betas. Alpha male, everyone knows what an alpha male is when they look at other species. It's the guy who rules the roost, he's the top of the pecking order, all that.
And don't forget Hollywood.
Hollywood, well, yeah, Hollywood, that's the model for Hollywood, and it's what all men are supposed to be, or if they're not leaders, if they're not alphas, then, you know, what are they? Then they're just nothing. So that has created, among the betas, which are actually 90% or more of the population, myself, I'm a beta, I love being a beta. The betas who are taught that you must be a leader or you're nothing, you must act like an alpha or you're nobody, have tried to put on the betas try to assume the role of alphas, and they do not have that innate kind of makeup that enables them to be leaders without using coercion or violence or aggression or all that sort of stuff. We've seen it in politics in the recent times. In the White House, we've seen it in perhaps Bernie Madoff. He may be an alpha mask male, is what we call them. They're betas who are trying hard to act like alphas. They're the gang leaders. They're the ones who maintain power by violence, by murder, by whatever. And they are the ones often who end up in jail. We were talking once to people and they said, oh, all the alphas are in jail. I said, no, it's the alpha masks who get caught because they're using that kind of stuff. They're using those kind of tactics to try to act like alphas. Alpha males especially are the ones who are born as leaders. They just don't have to think about it. They don't even have to try. People are drawn to them by magnetism. They have that kind of skill. What they may not have, which betas do have a little more, is the consideration of others. It's not in their makeup to think about the consequences of their actions because they're so focused on what they want to do. They know that's the right thing because they thought of it, and they will drag people along with them. They'll take people willingly and will follow them, but they may never think about them too much. They may use them a little. Betas are 90% of the population, both male and female, and betas are the ones who are the salt of the earth. They're the human race. We're the doers as well, but we're not the leaders. We don't go out there and tell people what to do necessarily. We may have great ideas, and we may implement them, and we may have extraordinary lives just being betas. I've had an extraordinary life, and I'm a beta. So,
and how's your extraordinary life with an alpha?
With an alpha, right here is an alpha woman, someone who is not afraid of her vulnerability, but who has drive, who has passion about things. She has the holistic vision of the female, but she also is able to focus on subjects and become impassioned about them. And luckily for me, I was the focus of her attention for quite a long time, and she became passionate about me, and of course I about her.
And what he's just said is a divine word, because most of us, we women, have been led astray also by the alpha male image in Hollywood and the media, and we all think we need an alpha. Mistake, mistake. Alpha men do not commit in the way that the beta male will commit, with kindness and responsibility and caring. So unlike the visionary alphas who are just so focused on their destinies that they don't have rear view mirrors. They don't have any idea of what's behind them, which is usually the woman. And I just feel so grateful that Paul has defined these definitions of energies, is what it is. And in the past, all we've had is and I'm sure you all have heard of course, there's lower class, and it's all related to money. Middle class, upper middle class, lower upper class, the aristocracy, the Illuminati, and nonsense. This is where the true understanding of our brains, of our energies, of our lifestyles lie.
And just because someone is a man or a woman is successful, whatever that means, in society or in business, does not mean that they're alphas. And that is when what is very dangerous is when alpha mask males especially are in power or have those kinds of positions. That's when it becomes dangerous for the human race. And this is really why we've written the book, because we see that kind of personality taking over, especially in this country. And it's time for a little beta revolution, perhaps, where women can understand that they don't have to go with the alpha, they can go with the beta traits, which are more moldable, more adaptable.
It's about kindness and deep
needs.
Listening and partnership. Oh.